Hey, what's up everybody? Fanboy here, and it's been a while. We're in the middle of March and this is my first video of 2021. And the reason being, to keep a long story short, if I gave you 3 guesses and you guessed COVID-19 on all 3, you would be right, 100% right. I had a few pretty scary experiences with COVID, with my mother first getting it, and she was in the ICU for a little over 2 weeks, and that was pretty scary, but she thankfully is healthy and recovered. Then my father-in-law, who is in a high-risk group because he had multiple bypass surgeries, heart surgeries in the past, he had it, he was also in the ICU and it was pretty scary. My wife went to Brazil to stay with him and she got COVID in Brazil. So the first few months of 2021 just haven't been, let's just say, a walk in the park. They have not been a walk in the park. So, but you know, as the wise Michigan philosopher Marshall Mathers once said, I'm back, I'm on the rag and ovulating. So I'm ready to share some really cool stuff with you guys, which leads me to this video, the first video of 2021, which I'm calling Fun with Magsafe. And the reason being, you know, after a few months of using the iPhone 12 Pro, I think it's safe to say that my favorite feature of the 12 Pro is Magsafe. I have a huge aversion to wires, and I was very happy that the previous versions of the iPhone were already Qi enabled. You could charge them wirelessly with the Qi charger. But Magsafe, I think, took it to the next level, and I've been making a lot of really cool stuff that uses Magsafe. I'm gonna share with you a few things, a few Magsafe accessories that I bought for my iPhone, but also a bunch of really cool Magsafe stuff that I made myself, and I'm gonna put all the files available here on the description so you can download and 3D print them yourself if you want to, as well as links to the different parts that you may need if you want to put some of this stuff together yourself. But I'm really excited to share it with you, and I want to start by showing you a couple things that I bought, not that I made, but things that I bought. The first one being Apple's own wallet, Magsafe Wallet. For years I've been looking for the perfect wallet. I don't carry cash with me ever, only my 2 or 3 credit cards in my driver's license. And this was really good for that. It, you know, did its job well, it stays well in place, and I liked it. The second thing I bought was the Magsafe case. Because I wanted to make sure that I protected the phone, but I also was still able to attach accessories to it. So Magsafe case makes the connection with your Magsafe accessories even stronger. Then I read about the Muffed wallet, and I bought this a couple of weeks ago. I received it a couple of weeks ago, and I changed from my Apple wallet to the Muffed wallet for the following reasons. First, to be clear, the fit and finish of this does not feel as premium as the Apple Wallet does. But what it lacks in terms of attention to detail with the stitching and stuff, it gains in terms of functionality. I love this thing because not only does it fit more cards, I have currently 5 cards in this, but also it doubles as a kickstand for your iPhone. When you attach it to the back of your either the Magsafe case or the iPhone itself, you can basically open it up like that, and you can prop it open and keep your phone on the table like that, both portrait or landscape. So it's way more flexible than the Apple one. The one drawback, the one thing that I wish was better about this was the magnets are not that strong, and because it isn't as wide as the iPhone, obviously they can't do a full circle of magnets. There's only almost like not even a half circle of a magnet on the bottom there, which does align well with the iPhone when you attach it, and it kind of stays in place. But if you try to put this thing in your pocket, it would definitely disconnect from the back of the phone. Then the third thing, and this is really cool, I'm really excited about and I want to share with you, this is a magnetic Magsafe power pack that I bought on Amazon. And I know there are a couple of models that have been announced. I know Anker, which is a very well-known brand of iPhone and Mac accessories in general, they announced that they're going to release one soon. I think in a couple of weeks their product will be available on Amazon. But I found this one on Amazon 3 weeks ago, and I bought it, and it works really, really well. It's tiny, well made. The capacity is 5,000 milliampere, so it won't, like, it's not a massive battery, but the practicality of just being able to attach this to the back of your phone and have it there, it stays in place, it charges your phone directly using Magsafe, and it has a USB-A port on the bottom, so you can actually attach something else, connect something else, and charge whatever other accessory you want to charge using the USB port on the bottom. And it charges using a USB-C cable. So this is the magnetic wireless power bank that I bought on Amazon, and I'm going to put the link down here too if you guys want to see it. I didn't do a review for it because there's not much to talk about. It's a 5,000 milliampere battery that connects to the back of the iPhone using Magsafe, and it works well. So these are the Magsafe accessories that I've been using with my iPhone for the last few months. But what I'm really excited to share with you today are a few expansions to the Magsafe ecosystem that I created myself. All right, I want to start with a category of products that I have to admit, I have a thing for. My passion for technology is only matched by my hatred for wires. I love having a bunch of gadgets that make my life easier and that work well together, but I hate the fact that there are multiple chargers and multiple cables that you usually have to carry. And that's why I've been designing multi-device chargers for my multiple Apple devices for about 6 or 7 years now. And I've been sharing some of them with other people on sites like Thingiverse and other 3D file sharing sites, and they've been super popular. People download them and 3D print them at home a lot. I've owned and used over the years multiple multi-device chargers from different brands like Belkin and Anker and a bunch of others. But I've always felt like the multi-device chargers available in the market didn't check all the boxes that I wanted them to check. They did some things well, but not other things very well. And for me, a great multi-device charger has to check the following boxes. One, it needs to obviously charge multiple devices and be as powerful as possible and when it comes to the capacity to charge multiple devices that are very power hungry, like a laptop or an iPad Pro, as well as iPhones and AirPods and Apple Watches and stuff like that. So charging multiple devices obviously is the most important one. Second, and I really believe that a lot of manufacturers kind of don't pay as much attention to this as they should, but is the footprint. And a lot of the multi-device chargers that you can buy today take up so much real estate on your nightstand or whatever table you're using it on that I think it's not very practical. If you have a side table or nightstand that's not that big, you're gonna take up so much space with the multi-device chargers that are available in the market today that I don't think it's ideal. So for me, the smartest multi-device chargers are usually the ones that stack the devices you charge vertically. That's why from the beginning, I always try to keep the footprint as small as possible, barely wider than the iPhone itself, and everything else is stacked up vertically. The watch goes on the bottom here, the iPhone goes on top here, and the AirPods go on the back in the negative space created by the back of the device. So I always believed in vertical designs as the best solution for taking up as little real estate as you can on a table, but being able to charge as many devices as you can. So footprint, very important. But the third box is portability. And arguably this isn't a very important one for a lot of people because usually when you buy a home charger for multiple devices, you're not expecting to throw it in your luggage and carry it with you when you travel. So especially because they're usually pretty big. But I thought that there was an opportunity to design something that kept portability in mind too, and that's why it was always very important for me to make the devices as compact as possible. And in one of the solutions I'm going to share with you, I actually had an idea for something that I think is a category of devices that doesn't exist yet, but I expect it to be in the market soon. I think hopefully someone will run with this and create a device that does this because I think it'll save people money and also reduce waste. Keeping all that in mind, I set myself a goal to design a device that checked all those boxes and that gave me all the features that I couldn't find in the existing solutions available on the market. And the first design I came up with was this one, which I informally can call it Fanboy Generation 4. Basically what it is a multi-device charger that uses the original Apple Magsafe charger here on the front, the original Apple Watch charger here on top for your Apple Watch, and a wireless sheet coil on the back here for your AirPods, and also keeps the Apple Watch band storage space here in the back and the extra USB-C port to charge my iPad Pro at night. But my favorite feature about this design is an idea that I had, and I haven't found anything online similar to what I came up with. This is a HyperJuice 100-watt gallium nitride charger that I bought a few months ago. It has 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C ports, and I designed this entire charger around it. So basically, when I want to use this at home, all I do is I take my existing gallium nitride charger and I slide it into the back there, and it connects with the 4 USB ports that are connectors that are already in there in the design. It's basically, the footprint is around the size, it's less than an iPhone on a table. It's as wide as an iPhone, but a little shorter, and it holds your iPhone in place using MagSafe. It holds your Apple Watch magnetically too, and your AirPods go on the back there. I made this design in 2 colors, the silver and black one, which is mine, and then the white and rose copper that my wife likes. So I made these, started using them, and I was about to share the files, to post the files to Thingiverse when I realized that a lot of people may not want to buy a $70 charger to use and make their own with this design, but they may still like the design. So I created the baby version of this, which is the exact same design without the slot for the multi-device hyper-juice charger. And the cables, I like to braid the cables when they come out so they kind of look like one cable. So anyway, that's the baby version of Gen 4 that doesn't need the gallium nitride charger. Then I thought, okay, cool, but is there a more simple version of a design that also charges 3 devices? Maybe if I don't need the removable gallium nitride charger and I don't need the Apple Watch storage. So I wanted to see how minimalistic I could get in a charger that could still charge 3 devices, an iPhone, an Apple Watch, and AirPods, but in a design that used a lot less material and that made it a lot simpler. That's when I came up with this. And this is the simplest multi-device charger I've ever designed. And I really like it still. I really like the design. It's well balanced when you put it on the table. It works really well with your iPhone there, and then your Apple Watch on top, like so, and your AirPods go in the back like that. And so it's a 3-device charger: iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods, or another Qi phone. Any wireless Qi-enabled phone can charge on the back here. Obviously, you need MagSafe for the phone to stay in place on the front one, but you can charge another phone here or your AirPods. So this is Gen 5. This is the simplest design. It's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts only. Super easy to assemble, very easy to route the cables inside, and very minimalistic. It really doesn't take up a lot of room in your bedstand. So if you thought at this point I was done designing multi-device chargers, you would be wrong. Because a couple weeks ago I came up with my favorite design, which is this guy. So I had a few extra goals with this one when you compare it to some of the others. I wanted to do something that looked very architectural and had sharper edges, that wasn't as round as this charger. But most importantly, I wanted to make this super easy to print and assemble. And I think I've achieved that, as this, compared to some of the other designs, on a scale of 1 to 10 when it comes to difficulty of assembly, I'd say this is a 2 or 3. And you see why. This whole thing was designed to be locked in place by the previous piece you attach. So it's all sliding parts. This is the bottom latch that holds everything in place. This is the back that covers some of the wires that come out here. And then on the bottom here, you can slide this out, and then this holds the tower in place. So the whole thing slides in place and locks the next part you attach, locks the device into place. As you can see there, go slide the bottom part. Something else I did on this design, which is new compared to the others, is the fact that I'm not using Apple's original Magsafe charger on it. The original Magsafe charger from Apple costs $35 on Amazon, and I found this other brand called, I don't know if it's ZZ or Xiuxi, I don't know. But anyway, they make a $20 magnetic Magsafe charger that attaches really well and really strongly to the back of the phone. It has really good magnets in it, and it's only 20 bucks. So it saved me $14 per unit that I bought to make some of these. So the original designs have the Apple Magsafe charger, and Gen 6, I guess, I've kind of lost track of the numbers by now, uses the Xiuxi Magsafe chargers both on the bottom there and on the front. So it saved me, on this device for example, because it uses 2 of them, it saved me 28 bucks by buying the 2 Xiuxi ones instead of buying the Apple ones. So anyway, these are the 4 different designs for Magsafe multi-device chargers for your iPhone, Apple Watch, AirPods, any other Qi wireless device that you want to charge. To wrap up, I want to show you a couple of other things that I designed when I found the Xiuxi charger, which is cheaper than the Apple one and easier to mount actually, and makes it look more integrated into my designs now, because it's just one big plastic circle on the front, as opposed to the Apple one that has the silver ring around it. So when I got a few more of those Xiuxi Magsafe chargers, and the first thing I did was a car charger, a Magsafe car charger. I took an existing cigarette lighter USB-C charger that I bought on Amazon, which I'm posting the link to down there too, as well as a description on how to disassemble it, which is just, just unscrew the front of the thing, remove the interior, and then use it here. I made it with a ball joint on the back, so that goes into the cigarette lighter in my car, and then I just come with the phone like that, and it holds it in place. The reason I wanted to design this was because I have wireless CarPlay in my car, and I didn't want to have to connect a wire to it, so this just stays there. It's as low profile as I could make it, as small as I could make it, with still the flexibility of being able to change the ball joint, change the angle of the device. So that's my Magsafe Car Charger that I'm also making the file available for you guys down there if you want to make your own. And the last Magsafe accessory that I want to share with you is something I want to give you just a quick preview of, because I'm making an entire other video of all the customizations I made to this really cool electric bike that I bought recently. And one of the things that I designed for it was a Magsafe charger for the bike that also includes a cup holder for this electric bike. So here's a quick preview of it, but stay tuned for more details when I post the video about the bike next week. All right, people, thanks for watching, and hopefully you found all this fun with Magsafe stuff useful. And if you download the 3D files and print your own versions, please make sure to share the pictures. I'd love to see your own prints. And if you have questions, please hit me on the direct messages and I'll try to answer as much as I can. Usually when it comes to printing settings, orientation, support, stuff like that, I try not to get involved because printers are very different from one another and the material used is gonna really change things a lot too. So, but I'll do my best to try to help as much as I can. And so hit me up with your questions on the direct messages if you have any. But again, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do so by clicking the subscribe button below and hitting the like button for this video if you found it useful. And catch you on the next one. Fanboy out.